thick of the ply, thick of the bag. Mean I'm a bite, now leasing no beamer, I'm Brian O'Connor, driving it fast. They were just hating cause they in the way, and the way I've been made it, the is mad. Man in that bag, cause I'm all in my bag. Well, I ain't holding around, just a little Merlin, out the cutie. Now I don't give a. Tell me why I would on the rose bar couch in my bag. Bands in my denim. In my denim, she was trying to pull it out. She don't give a. She was in her bag. Fendi and some lane. Asked for a burger. Watch in the front seat of the fouled out J. We living so wild like Nas. When she was on vacation. We was on roll like tires. Where we gon' that? I'm in my bag like I'm in my bag, Mike. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow, Joe chasing the check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Welch. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Welch. He's got Evans. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
To throw on 2nd down. Welch. It's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Off play action. Welch. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And they're not going to get the kick off in time. So that'll back them up 5. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And his first look is incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it's 2nd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. And when you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll look to throw. Going underneath, it's Coleman. Coleman, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Bears have taken the early lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
line of scrimmage. The 31 now on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Welch. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Open man is Westbrook, complete. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Welch looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well. A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
First carry now for Jordan Howard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what will happen? They'll flat out take over this game.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Coleman on the toss. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Kevin Coleman with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Welch. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. From the gun, Welch. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Gone! Detroit!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Welch over the middle to Evans. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Gone!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
No. Check. Patriot. Gone.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And some room. Allen Robinson. Kiss him goodbye. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears will extend their lead. This offense certainly looking at luck. And now it's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
He gets it to Thomas. Sidesteps him at the 35. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Operating from the gun. Welch looking long for Thomas. That's caught inside the 20. And they get this all the way inside Chicago's 10. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 54 yards. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. This is 1st and goal from about the 8.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Welch. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Dante Moncrief, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that will shave one more off this lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field. And I don't think this... is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Leopard! Leopard!
This is Coleman. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And this one's incomplete. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
Detroit! Detroit! Over! On
3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56.
They go play action here on first down. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Gone!
Back to throw now on first down. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they did.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they only had a yard to go. They try to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies, and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot, and they dialed up the pressure and got to him.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Over!
Off the play fake. Welch going up top. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win will be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He won't go down. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 38 yards on the scamper there.
We can talk about bend but don't break all we want, but the defense now, we're going to find out just how flexible and pliable they really are. Can they bounce back after that type of a run, that type of momentum against them, and find a way to slow down this offense?
Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation, because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. He leads this one for Howard. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Jordan Howard, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. A first throw here for the backup Taylor. Now he's forced out left. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. On 2nd down, Taylor's throw incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, it's Taylor. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that will get him one closer. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge, because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Escaping the pressure right. Open man is Amari Darbo, complete. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
After the interception, here's Taylor. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
2nd and 10, it's Taylor again. Letting one go deep for the, and he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Ian Thomas, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. Catanzaro now for the extra point. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now? Those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here. Anything to seize that momentum back. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. Pullman now. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Detroit!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Flushed out right. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Taylor dancing to his left. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. On 1st down, it's Taylor. And his throw here's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Taylor throwing again. A throw left side complete to his receiver Westbrook. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. To throw again is Taylor. Steps away to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. He's going to float this one deep right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Flush to his right, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On second down, here's Taylor. Airing this one out for Evans. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. From the gun, it's Taylor. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll sneak it with Taylor. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. This time Taylor will throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the fourth.
There it is, partner. You see it. 4 fingers.
You're holding
what
up
does that
4
mean?
fingers. That signifies the fourth quarter's here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the fourth quarter, what we found out so far. 2 touchdowns here, and now they've taken the lead.
Yeah, second one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they tensed up, had that lead. They were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond.
Detroit! Check 4. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to let it go again. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
This is Howard on second down. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2. They'll toss it to Coleman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tevin Coleman, his third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
Gone! Over! All right, now, lucky 56.
Looking to throw, fighting to stay upright. Pass incomplete.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for two, when to go for
chart.
one. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for two. Try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up one makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. So out come the Bucs now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. The open man is Westbrook. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They go play action with Taylor. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ball game now, and he's got a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They'll throw on 1st down with Taylor. He's going to let it fly. Now the defense loses it. It's complete. And they get this all the way inside Chicago's 10. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 47 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Here's Jones. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
Lucky 56. Gone.
He's back to throw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
The Bears on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4.
Detroit! Gone!
Back to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Lucky 56. Gone. Detroit. Gone.
Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Bucs, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin, alongside